What's up, everybody? Welcome to day 35 of NoFap. The time is 8:06 a.m. I started waking up 30 minutes earlier, so I usually wake up at 7:30. So, yeah, it's a lot earlier than I'm used to leaving. I usually wake up around this time, but it's amazing what 30 minutes gets you. It started to make me realize how valuable time is. I think time is the most valuable currency, or not even currency. Time is the most valuable thing in general. I'm gonna be honest. I'm starting to see what value, what truly is something of value as time goes on. I'm starting to realize that you can make money. You can lose money, you can make money, that flows, that ebbs and flows all the time, but you can't get time back. It's pretty much the only thing you can't get back is time. So you have to be wise with it. I certainly wasn't wise with it for probably the first 24 years of my life. Well, not first 24 years of my life, about 24 years of my life. There were certainly snippets in my life where I can look back and say, I'm glad I did that, I learned something from that. But yeah, I wasted quite a lot of time, and nobody really taught me. This was really all just experience of, like, you have a limited time on Earth, you have to use it wisely. But I think, and I knew that in my head, but I've never really explored how to use my time wisely. And everybody, most people, especially here in California, will say, well, you have a limited amount of time, you might as well have fun with it. It's like, no, that's not the purpose of why you were put on this earth. If everything was an accident, then sure, go for it. But you were put on this earth for a reason, by somebody. So figure out why, and go all in. That's pretty much, figure out why and go all in, and make sure you don't waste it too. Every single second's so important. I mean, just in those 30 minutes, I usually get to making these vlogs 8:30, 8:40, sometime like that, because I have to check on sales, and then I have to get dressed and brush my teeth and see if I've left any dishes unwashed, which is what I did. And now I'm waking up 30 minutes earlier. I get to do all that stuff, and now it's 8 a.m. and 30 minutes full productivity. I achieved so much and got myself 30 minutes back. So it's quite interesting how much you can really achieve in really just 30 minutes. So time is very valuable. Use every second of it wisely, whether it's productivity, whether it's even resting or enjoying yourself, or giving someone advice, seeking wisdom, all of those things. Make sure you're using it wisely. And if you don't know how to use your time wisely, read the Bible. I am on my way to the gym right now for back and bicep day. I'm going to be continuing the training that I've been doing, which is negative strength. Something I learned from, I forgot his name already, but I'm going to be employing bodybuilding tactics so that I can get bigger and get bulkier. It's difficult, but it's certainly better than the route that I'm using, which is just, well, let's just increase the weight. I was like, no. If you really want to build your body, you have to use the weight correctly. That's something I've also learned. So can't brute force everything. You gotta make sure every single move counts to building up your body. But anyway, I am going to focus on that for now, but it's going to be another work day. It's a Monday. I have to figure out why my ads are doing really well in getting link clicks. People are interested in seeing my product, but they're not interested in adding my product to their cart, to the cart, or buying my product. So I have to figure out if it's because of my website, because clearly my ads are working. But I want to know if it's because of my ads website, if it's because something's going on where it's super slow. The more time you give to somebody the more time somebody spends on your website, the more they're going to second guess themselves. So I'm going to see if it's because of my website, if it's slow, if adding to cart just doesn't work, if their checkout process doesn't work. I need to check that. But for now, I'll be focusing on my workout, and yeah, I'll update you guys in a little bit.
In the back of my mind, there's a memory.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back. It's like 10:20-ish, around there. I'm currently on my couch, chilling, and just doing a bit of reflecting before I get to some work done. Just want to do some reflecting, and you know, it's so easy to think about all the things that you want to be, and you're not there yet. Because I want to be rich, I want my business to take off, I want to start making profits. But there's still so much I have to learn about business, and a lot of mistakes I still need to make, a lot of data that I need to collect and analyze. So I'm not where I want to be yet. I don't have the body that I want yet. It's looking good, I'm not gonna lie. Like I like how my body looks, but there's certainly some more sculpting that I like to do with it. And I'm not where I want to be in my career. I've been doing anything the past few months. When I got out of my show in July, I've been out of work, not really doing much for the past 4 months. And that's how my career goes sometimes, especially now with the strike. But that's ending soon. I'm about to shoot a Let's Talk about that. But I think about all the things that I haven't been yet, or all the things that I haven't achieved yet, things that I want to achieve. And sometimes I gotta sit back and just reflect on where I used to be. You know, how much has changed, really. And I think when I sat on this couch, when I looked at this couch and I sat on it, I started to realize how far I've come, you know. Maybe I haven't achieved all the things that I wanted to achieve yet, but at least I'm on the journey to get there. I used to shoot my vlogs. Well, when I started doing these vlogs again, I shot them on this couch because I didn't sleep on my bed. I slept on this couch, just to get away from my computer, first of all, because that was the source, really, of all the grief that I was going through. I spent a lot of time just sitting here. Spent a lot of time just watching anime on my TV. Plug in my laptop onto my TV and just watching anime on my TV, and just trying to distract myself from pain. I got drunk too. I had quite a lot to drink during that time as well, and it was certainly a low point in my life. But I don't know how I discovered these people on the internet really helped me out, actually, because I started to follow communities of people that have gone through the same thing that I've gone through, a deep pain and grief that caused them to grow, that caused them to say, this will never happen to me again, and I'm going to make sure it doesn't. Every man has gone through the same thing of an immense amount of grief. Something happened to them where they lost someone that they loved, or they made a mistake, or something of that sort, where their world is just crushed, and they find ways to ensure that that never happens again. They start changing. They start becoming men. And I think that is a testament to how men are how men are forged. Because men are forged. They are forged in fire. When you go through suffering, when you go through defeat, when you go through pain, that is the fire. And you come out a better man because of it. And that's the journey of every man, you know. When you do the hard things, when you go through more difficult things, when you suffer more, you start to learn about ways to basically prevent that suffering. For yourself, of course, not just for anybody else, because you start to look at ways to improve your life. You start to look at ways so that you'll never go through that kind of pain ever again. And that involves more pain. But it's the pain of discipline rather than the pain of regret. Every boy goes through the pain of regret, and that'll turn them into a man. Unless, of course, they're just thrown into the fire. But I always see it as as like the old traditional rite of passage. I think that every man goes through. I think every boy should go through a rite of passage nowadays. Nowadays that doesn't happen, but every boy should go through a rite of passage. And I think the modern rite of passage is a very bad breakup or a very bad betrayal. For me, it was the latter. But yeah. That's the modern rite of passage. That's what usually gets people to stop doing things that are useless and start doing things that are important. I think that every man should go through that. Especially if it's the modern rite of passage, of course. If you want to have the old rite of passage, which is go into the woods and kill an animal with your bare hands or something like that, that's a form of suffering. That is suffering through discipline, but that's also like understanding, like you need to do this to become a man. Not a lot of people understand that. People go through rite of passages without realizing it sometimes, just like me. It definitely caused me to grow. Definitely caused me to get over my grief. It certainly helped get over my grief. And now the motivation behind it is, this is never happening to me ever again. And I'm going to take care of the people that have been there for me since the beginning, which is my family. So that's why I went into business. That's why I'm taking my career a lot more seriously. That's why I've stopped playing a whole lot of video games. That's why I'm on this journey of NoFap. It's all for the betterment of myself and to become something that is strong and reliable. I mean, if I'm going to have a family one day, I'm going to be the strong one, the reliable one, the one that people can count on to act despite how I feel, to provide despite how I feel, to protect despite how I feel. I could be scared and terrified, but I'm going to rush the gunman if it's pointed at my family. That's my duty. I've started to become more attuned with the duties of a man, what a man is supposed to be like, what a man is supposed to do. and it brings me a lot more fulfillment than happiness. And I would choose fulfillment over happiness any day, because happiness is fleeting. You chase happiness, you're basically chasing drugs. And all the vices of life that provide momentary happiness and provide momentary adrenaline rushes that aren't worth it in the end. They'll ruin you. So I no longer want to be the person that chases happiness. I want to be fulfilled. I want to live a fulfilling life. I want to use the time that I have wisely, because I'm getting older. My youth is starting to fade. I'm still young. I'm still a young adult, but it's not going to be there forever. And I want to use that time to build something, a foundation that is unshakable. A foundation in my faith, first and foremost, that is unshakable. A foundation in my beliefs that is unshakable. A foundation in family as well. You know, I want to have an unshakable family. And that starts with me as the pillar. I need to be that pillar for my family in the future, of course. And I'm still in the process of that. I'm still in the process of achieving those things that I want to achieve. I'm still in the process of doing all those things that I've yet to do. And that's okay. I'm frustrated. Of course, I'm frustrated that I'm not there yet, but at the same time, thinking back, sitting on this couch, thinking back on the person I used to be, the boy that I used to be, I'm very glad that I went on this journey of growth. And it's good to reflect on that sometimes, to remind yourself that you're on the right track. To remind yourself of why you decided to take these steps to become a man. And if you haven't gone through any of that stuff yet, I pray that you do. I pray that you do go through suffering, because when you come out of it through the other side, you will have become a man. And then you'll know what to do. So I pray that you go through suffering, and I pray that you suffer better than I did, because I did not suffer well. I drank a lot, I wasted a lot of time, but it was mentors and as well as people on the internet that I listened to that pulled me up from that. So I hope you have a mentor or some good friends, some genuinely good friends that are there for you when you're going through suffering. I pray that you don't suffer as I did. Not the suffering that I did. I mean how I dealt with the suffering. I pray you don't deal with the suffering how I did, you know? Suffering well is a very difficult skill. I'm gonna say skill, because you have to go through suffering to know how to suffer well. And what suffering well looks like. So keep going out there and doing your thing. If you mess up, take it as a sign and take responsibility. But other than that, I'm going to clean up. I'm going to finish my coffee, have another coffee, finish my protein shake, and then I'm going to read my Bible, spend some time with the Lord, and then I'm going to get to work. So I will see you guys in a little bit. What's up, everybody? We're back. It is 9:25 p.m. Let's just get into it. Let's get right into it. I spent, after my last update, most of my time just working. Really just working, looking at ads, looking at my ad sets, seeing how they're doing right now. And I gotta say, they're not doing well. They're not doing well. I mean, last time I said it, they weren't doing well, and now they're really not doing well. Especially my new product. My new product is not doing well. It's getting a lot of attention from people, but nobody's buying. So I'm getting a lot of people interested in the video. They like the ad, The problem is they're not buying it. So I made a good ad, but I didn't really show off the product really well, I'm guessing. So yeah, it's a little frustrating, because on Facebook, it doesn't matter how many people like your ad. What matters is how many people buy your product. So right now it's not doing really well. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow. Just from looking at my metrics, I think that I don't think it's gonna do well, if I'm being honest. I'm gonna wait one more day. I'm gonna see how it does. If I can get a sale in one more day, then it'll be all good. But it's not looking good. Same with my old product. My old product, I'm testing new ad sets and they're just not working. And so I got one sale today, and I need to look at which ad set got the sale, but Facebook needs to update those ad metrics. So I need to see, because if it's the ad set that I'm thinking of, then the problem isn't my product. The problem isn't my ads. The product is Facebook. So if my purchase came from a certain ad set, my theory is correct, and I need to scale. If my theory is incorrect, then I will probably kill a lot of the ad sets and maybe even start looking for another product to sell. But yeah, business-wise, it's getting rough. I also filmed a Let's Talk. I'll be uploading that pretty shortly, but yeah, tomorrow is going to be another big day, another big work day. It's going to be chest and tri day also. Love chest and tricep day. And shoulders. I'm added shoulder to that. But yeah, it's just a lot of analytics and a lot of waiting for the next move. Looking at my analytics and waiting for the next move. So yeah, certainly purchasing a lot of data, not wasting money or not throwing money into a fire, purchasing data. So it's very interesting what's happening. And I really hope that my theory holds true, because if it does, I'll be able to scale really well. If it doesn't hold true, it's back to the drawing board. So yeah, here's to hoping. But anyway, let's get to NoFap for the day. NoFap for the day was pretty easy. I kept, there were moments where I really wanted to, but I think that what's really helped, what really helped today, analyzing all the NoFap stuff, was really the work that I was doing, as well as things in my career, which I had to think about. That really kept me on track and focused, especially when I was talking with my when I was analyzing the metrics, and when I was analyzing the whole SAG-AFTRA deal, and I go all over all of it in my new Let's Talk. It made me start thinking about my career, made me start being pretty excited about it. And also, one of my friends who is a manager, a talent manager, hit me up and said, hey, you should contact this person. We're interested in being a talent manager for you. And I was like, okay, great. Because I think having a manager would help a lot, because as of right now, I don't think I'm in a bad place in my career. Certainly want to be cast in more stuff, but they can help me. Managers can help me. They can help me look better in a way. A talent manager can help me out with my self-tapes, help me out with my basically my portfolio. Just take a look at my portfolio and then tell me, like, hey, you should work on this, you should work on this, So it'll be good to have a team like that for my career. I wish I had a team like that for my business, but that'll come in time. For now, my team, like, if I talk to this manager, I like them. I think they're very professional. I think they have good insight into the industry. then I don't mind. I wouldn't mind being under their name. It's definitely it's definitely a cost up because they're gonna be taking a percentage of my, just like a talent, just like an agent, they're gonna be taking a percentage of my pay, which is fine if they can get me more gigs. That I don't mind that. Besides, most of my income is probably going to be coming from, I want most of my income coming in from my business, but I need to get better at that first. So, yeah, that's why I've been focusing on business so long. But now with the strike over, I think it's not a bad idea to get a manager. So, yeah, NoFap was pretty easy when I was able to focus on that. I had something to work towards, something to think. I had things to think about, future plans to think about. That really helped. So, yeah. Let's get to your comments and questions. Mike, you might tell your friends I've lost interest in video games, but I'd like to meet up with y'all for something else. I could, but I don't know, man. Like, they watch movies. And I don't know, it's not just the interest, because really our interests was really like video gaming and role playing together, and I don't really do much of that anymore. So without those common interests, like the things that I would like to do for fun is go out to eat, and these people are like internet friends, so they're far away from me. So I can't exactly like meet up with them on just some random day. But yeah. By the way, I do miss them, but I definitely am not. I don't know. The only real time I would allow myself to play video games or do anything like that is probably like Sunday, on my rest day, And even then, I'd rather prepare for the day. I'd rather use that time to prepare for Monday, prepare for the beginning of the week, and relax a little bit. Maybe I don't know. I don't know if I want to keep the. I don't know if I want to have the title of gamer anymore. Or at least, even if I don't know. I'm in between because I have a rest day, because it's biblical. But with that rest day, video games, sure, but I don't know. It's just I'm in between. I don't know because video games can be a waste of time, and I don't want to be drawn back into that world, I guess. I know how lost I can get in fantasy, especially in role playing and video gaming and all that stuff. Like, I can get lost in that for days. I could I've spent so many hours playing video games. I've spent so many hours role playing that I know that if I get really into it, I can be wasting hours of my life. So, I don't know. I'm hesitant to get back into it, but we'll see. Think about it some more. But thank you for the comment, Mike. Other than that, that's all I got for today. Thank you all for watching. Check out the new Let's Talk. It's a very interesting one, especially if you're in the acting if you're interested in acting, or you're interested in the entertainment industry, or you're an actor yourself. This Let's Talk is going to be it's going to be my opinion on it, on the whole SAG-AFTRA deal, what they've agreed to. So, yeah, it's gonna be a different point of view than what I'm usually seeing about this whole thing. But there is good news for actors and for the producers and businessmen and people within the union. It's good for both sides that the strike is over. So let's it's an analysis of what is. It's analysis of what the deal entails, I guess you could say. So, yeah, it's an interesting Let's Talk. But anyway, That's all I got for you guys today. Thank you all for watching. If you have any comments or questions, leave it down below. I like interacting with you guys, not just Mike. I love Mike. I would like to talk with some other people. Get your comments in there. Mike, you're the man. Other than that, thank you all for watching. Stay strong. Stay focused. I'm with you guys. I know you guys are with me. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.